I've been working on submarines for nearly 30 years. I lost my family to this job.
We've got to let you go. All of you.
We don't have to take this. I know ways to get money. I need you, Robinson. Needs a man like you.
Kevin, thank you so much for coming back on the movie interview. I really appreciate that.
Nice to be back.
You went method on the submarine, which I love. Tell me about the search and the acquisition and the usage of this authentic Russian sub. It's absolutely fascinating.
It is great, isn't it? It's a fantastic set. When we were writing the script, being with Dennis Kelly, who's a great playwright, wrote the script, we heard about this submarine that was sitting in a river outside London, the Thames estuary, where the Thames hits the sea. And it's a 1964 Black Widow diesel Russian sub. And we were like, what? What's that doing there? And we found the owner, and he said, yeah, I bought it in the early 90s off the Russian Navy when they were selling anything and everything. And you're welcome to go and have a look at it, and you can rent it off me very reasonably. In fact, he sort of makes a little bit of money renting it out for parties, if you can believe. But it's in the middle of a river, so if you get a boat out to it and whatever. So the sub was sailed over in like 92 or 3 by some Russian sailors, and I think he bought it for $100,000. It's divided into chambers, which are each waterproof compartments. And so you have an engine room, a diesel engine room, an electric engine room, because when you're underwater, you run the electric engines. And then you have 2 corridors of cabins. I mean, the amazing thing is that sub would have had 85 people on it when it was originally going. And you look around and you think, there's only 12 beds. Where does everyone sleep? And they said, well, they used to just have planks, and they'd put the planks, bounce them from a couple of pipes in the engine room or wherever, and just go to sleep whenever they could on the plank.
Wow.
And there's no thought to human comforts, that's for sure, in this place.
Last year, I went out to the Black Sea. We found something. One of Hitler's U-boats is just sitting on the seabed, full of gold.
What is gold and treasure and buried treasure? Why is it so important to cinema?
I don't know, I think it's not just important to cinema, I think it's important to literature and art, and it's always gold, isn't it? There's something about gold that's so potent. When an economy's in trouble, they buy gold, don't they? Or when it's the last resort thing to have. It's the thing that feels like it really is worth something. It's heavy. It never gets tarnished. There's something magical about it. But also, I guess, it just represents greed, doesn't it? It represents kind of like, what's the Bible thing? What profiteth it a man that he gains the whole world but loses his soul? It's that, isn't it? You get all this money, but you can't spend it. And at the end, the end of this movie, I think the characters have sort of realized they've gone on this journey, which has been horrendous, and actually kind of what was the point.
Yeah.
I need men. Half British, half Russian. Reynolds, Peters, Tobin. He's just a boy. Fraser. He's a liability. He's an incredible diver. How much gold we talking? $182 million.